The following is a presentation of MRE UNO Division 2. Hello everyone and welcome back to Mahjong March here for MRE UNO Division 2 here on the YouTube channel. We have another match for you to continue this YAKU 64, the opening round of the second tournament for the D2 season, and it's going to be one with two players who are definitely going to be looking to get a win here. Scars, number 2 seed, taking on number 15 seed Bromii. For Scars, looking to get the win after a solid start in T1 and hoping to avoid falling into the same path he did last season, where he had a strong tournament one and then faded the rest of the season. And then for Bromii, just got to win the play-in, start off to a decently hot start in their career. They're looking to pull off the 15/2 upset, something that we saw a lot in the February flurry here, looking to keep the train going. We did have 1-2v15 earlier in the window. This time the 2 seed got the win, so we'll see if Bromii can make it 1-1 there. But so far, there's not been too many upsets in this bracket here. I mean, I'm looking at the sheet at the moment. In terms of the YAKU 64, I think we've had 7 matches played. Only one lower seed has won so far, so a little bit more of a chalk tournament so far here, but a lot can change as we still have a lot of matches to go. This is still earlier in the full match slate here. This is only going to be the 15th match of 43 for this opening window, but we will see how this one goes. This will be the second stream of the tournament here, but let's get into it, starting with the bracket, and this will be the Southwind Regional. Have a lot of matches scheduled here, but also have a lot to go through here in terms of results. I mean, again, kind of taking a look at this, we could zoom in a little bit more on Scars here, his the lower portion. Yeah, so Scar's gonna face Bromii. Bromii got the win over Jabba in the play-in 4-2. Did a good job in that matchup there. That was actually a decently long match, so Bromii able to play a bit of an endurance game there to play their way into this YAKU 64, and he'll be seeing if he can make it 2 for 2 here, and get the win over Scars. And then for the bottom half, Puzzle Dan versus Sports Boy, that will be Saturday on the 7th, not the 4th. I believe I actually did an update to that, but let me have that go through now. Yeah, there we go. So on the 7th, they'll be playing at 4 p.m. Puzzle Dan Sports Boy. So winner of that will play the winner of this. And then for Telena Syntax, they'll be playing tomorrow at 9 p.m. Syntax getting the win over Noor in the 14 seed play-in. Orochi Voiles just got scheduled. That will be next week, Wednesday, on the 11th at 4:30 p.m. That match will also be streamed, so we'll see who gets to win there. And then looking at the upper half here for the remainder of this, Classy and Blue, the last play-in for the Southwind Regional will be tonight. It'll be right after this match concludes, so we'll see who gets to win the face Sky in the YAKU 64. And then Nightwalker and Gumma will go at it on Sunday at 11:30 a.m. So that's going to be Nightwalker's first match in a while here for Emery. We'll see how he does. Gumma looking to bounce back after tournament 1. And then the only YAKU 64 match that's happened so far in this region is the 8v9 Rajan Rider. That one went down to the wire, but Rajan getting the win there and moving on to the Mangan 32. But been a mostly chalk tournament so far. We've had a few of the lower seeds in the play-ins get the win, but at the end of the day, those are play-ins, not huge seed disparity there. But we'll see how this goes. This has been a less chaotic start to the tournament so far compared to tournament 1. So we'll see if the higher seeds are just kind of being shaken out more to kind of take over the course of the bracket this time. But we'll hop to the stream here. I'm joined for I believe his first game on commentary here. It's going to be Aiko. Joining me in the booth. Aiko, welcome to the stream. For Scars and Bromii, I mean, they're both kind of coming off two different backgrounds here. For Scars, again, has a season under his belt, and had another good start to the year with Tournament 1. Bromii, first ever tournament in MRE, has some Myths tournaments in the past, has done all right, has done pretty solid there, and got a win in the play-in in a decently long match here. So Bromii could be a bit of an unknown here, but we've seen a lot of the rookies in the last tournament, yourself included, do very well. But just kind of your thoughts on how this shapes up and what a win would mean for both these players here tonight.
Yeah, well, happy to be here first off. Just, that first kind of game to be calling on after my debut tournament. So very exciting stuff. Yeah, this will be an interesting matchup. Bromie is a rookie, is a debutant relative to us here at MRE. But, that background in myths and UUL, stuff like that can really mean that you're coming into this with some of that base Uno strategy, even if you might not have worked with the power plays before. So it can make some very interesting dynamics. Bromine notably in the 15 seed, which gotta root for the line, of course, but it hasn't gone. It's already gone 0-1 so far in this T2, but we will see if that will switch around or if the 15 line dream is dead.
We'll see, but lock and change here. Still a lot of matches to go. But we'll go to the players here real quick before we start. Starting with Scars, who will be typing his answers here. Scars, I mean, I know you mentioned it. Well before this stream. Actually leading up to the days of this one. You feel this is going to be a very important game for you to try to win. Definitely don't want to have the potential voodoo hanging over you with a loss here. Knowing how last season went. For you, what do you got to do tonight to get the win here and try to get to 3 wins on the season and make it to the round of 32? And actually, in general, just get your first win outside of the February flurry. We'll see what Scars says, and then we'll go to Bromii, and then we'll get going. Just play like I normally do, nothing more, nothing less. Take each win one at a time. All right, fair enough. And then for Bromii, this is second career match. First one that goes on stream here. Definitely a bit of a different environment here, but you had a good showing in the play-in to get the win over Jabba. You now go up against Scars, who is looking to get a win of his own here and stop the run. But just kind of your thoughts coming out of the play-in on how you're feeling going into this one, and generally, what's your mindset going into this on how you're gonna try to get this win here? And then Bromi's gonna type as well, which is all good. So we'll see what Bromii says and then get it going here. Nick will be our ref. So once we get Bromi's thoughts, we'll get going. All right. Not sure, just like playing each Uno game for fun. No, that's fair enough. Bromii, I think just kind of going for the vibes here, which there's definitely a lot of players who do that, and for a good chunk of them, actually, find a decent amount of success. So we'll see how it goes tonight. But Scars v Bromii here. Nick will be the ref here. Scars will start us off here with the game one call. We'll see where we go, and it's gonna be one up from the OG. Gonna be an 8 card start.
Yeah, pretty low, pretty low. I think eight's a decent number to kind of probe with. It's not anything extreme, but also just makes for a quick short game one that hopefully you can just take and move on.
Yeah, Scars switching the color right off the bat here, and that leaves the door for Bromii to have a double play on their first turn.
And immediately gonna draw.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that early switch did not go the way Scars was hoping for here, but he does get out of the red and goes in the blue.
Yeah, it looks like was trying to go for that switch on red and blue and hope that somehow would have kept that initial red 6, but luckily not too punished for it.
All right, gonna keep rolling blue. Bromie gonna have to draw on the blue, And so will Scars, so both out on blue.
Yeah, very interesting. You've seen Scars switch off the starting color and draw on two others, so it really kind of makes you wonder where that balance is in the hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna say also a decently fast pace here as we get the break onto yellow on the zero switch. So both playing at a decent speed here. We'll see what Scars does as he's typing a little bit, maybe a run incoming. No, it's
Switch
actually
the
wow.
screen.
Crossover on the zeros. So that leaves
Yeah,
only one red zero left.
right. And I mean now that's actually nice to have because other than a wild, that is a guaranteed stay on a color if you want it.
We'll see if either has it and or needs it, but going with green for the moment. +4 from Scars. First big swing on the ammo.
Could it be a setup for a run out?
It's got 4 left.
It's a long type.
Wow, and that will
One,
do
two,
it.
three, four, and it is. Yeah. Like I said, quick game one, take it out and just move on to the next, and worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, had the had ran with the green there on that one, and then just kind of was able to finish that one off with the +4. I don't have a ton from that game. Only question for Scars is, I mean, we had a bit of a draw there. Ended up drawing 3 times in that game. Was the +4 from the start, or did you end up drawing that? Or even did you draw any of the connectors, like one of the +2s, in one of your 3 draws that possibly helped you get that win? And I just realized the scoreboard is not updating. Let me fix that.
Did get one of those connecting draw twos. Yeah, specifically the green one, so could have been left isolated there if we didn't get that off.
So, yeah, I mean, I was able to get the +2 connector there to help him out, and ends up working out for Scars here to open this up 1-0. I don't have a whole lot for Bromii there, just kind of ran through the motions and got a little unlucky, but we'll move the game 2 here. Scars
Gonna
gonna
be a
go up
nothing.
1. Yep, go with 9.
And we get another 9.
The Lavina 9, February Flurry champion there. Um, but Scar's actually gonna stay with the color this time, and Bromii does not have any green off the start.
Uh-oh. That's a very scary thing to reveal that to your opponent that quick. That is not what Bromie wanted, I'm guessing.
All right, well, rolling with the red here.
And
Big
gonna fire
big
off
run
some
here.
ammo. That's 3. Gonna make 4 chain.
Yeah, 4-card
Let's
chain
switch
for
it out to
Bromie.
blue.
And that chain's gonna give them the lead technically here. Um, I just out ahead by a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5 apiece with, well, 4 apiece now with Bromie to play. Could easily go either player's way with just one ammo card, though.
Both going down. Bromie runs out on blue. Does Scars keep it going, or is he out as well? No, he can keep
Scars
it going.
does.
Takes the lead with that one. Forces a little bit more
Could.
pressure.
Just gonna say, could Scars have another wild draw 4 and just immediately shut this out
Oh,
again?
Bromie gets the
Doesn't
+4.
matter. Bromie is not letting it happen if he does.
That's I'm not sure if that was a top deck, but if it was, that's potentially coming in at a clutch time for Bromie there.
Does play a fantastic follow-up card with that yellow 9, though. You might recognize someone on it.
Gets the Uno. What does Scars do here?
Will
Gonna
Scars
go
have
with
blocker?
the
Does
wild in the blue and
pretty
ices
safe
Bromie out.
call. And yeah, is gonna ice out.
Yeah. Good I mean for Scars, I mean maybe that could have came from the +4, but I mean good awareness to go for that. Ultimately gonna go for a block. Bromii got the top deck blue too, but no switch there.
They're
Oh, and the
drawing.
top deck
Oh
wild
boy.
goes in
Top
the
deck
green.
wild. And Scars is in check.
Scar is able to save it.
That's a path.
Stays alive in this game once again. But yeah, Scar's definitely going to have to play some defense here. Bromi's still low, but now kind of drawing
Yeah.
themselves out of that range.
Both players are now at 5 cards and above, so this is where we can start to have a little bit of breathing room here. And gonna fire off a +2. So actually takes the lead and switches it to 5-7 in his favor.
Draw from Scars.
Bromii. Do we possibly get another yellow with that set or a switch card?
We'll
Or are
see.
we in draw city again? Has
Hmm.
a switch.
I'm going to switch to the green here. Scar's going to run it. Both are even once again.
Yet again with
Ooh.
Bromii lead, but that +2. And now that's a pretty sizable gap at this low number of cards.
Keeps it going on the greens here.
Yeah, and notably, this is the card that Bromie switched to at Uno with the Wild. So, with some luck, could have stayed on green for all of those draws. Scars is gonna switch it though, over to a blue
Oh.
3.
Both are low on the cards here. Bromie does not have blue. Scars does not either. So like, again, Scars kind of just playing some decent defense here. So we have some more people popping in to watch this match here. Currently 1-0 Scars. We're in game 2, but Draw City keeps going on the blue.
Bromie finds a green 3.
Yeah,
We
Bromie
have
does not.
not
Ooh,
seen. I was gonna say no green for Bromie now. We have not seen any red recently. Yeah, and there's the red switch. So I expect some card runouts from the players here
yeah.
with how much
Spoke
drawing they've been doing.
spoken into existence there with the red here, but we're kind of going with the red for now. But switch back into yellow. Scars does have the lead here, but maybe not for long.
And not for long indeed, as Bromie's going to take it right back with that skip. But it all comes down to who has a path out here.
Bromie
Bromie
at
in
Uno.
Uno.
Could we get double Uno here? Double
Scars is
Uno
going to
here.
keep it yellow in Uno.
No
Bromie
finish
doesn't
for
have enough
Bromie.
scars.
And a
Has a
wild for
wild.
Scars. Holds on to it to the end, and Scars will get the 2-0 lead there.
Say Scars winning both of his card starts. Really what you want to see there. I mean, just have an easy 2-0 lead. But Bromie could easily change the rhythm here with something big or something small.
Scars, you were able to kind of find the options. Bromie was close a lot of times, but you were able to find the options to deny them the win there on a few occasions there. Just kind of thoughts on how you played that game, and in general, had the feeling that you're up 2-0 now. First wild head from the start also, so
Say chose to take a lot of draws with that.
pretty good. Still gotta play by ear. Bromie, gonna ask you this. A lot of times you were close. Scars had the right option to kind of cancel you out there. Anything you felt you could have done a little differently there, or does that just kind of how the cards fall sometimes? Unfortunate draws, I think. That's fair enough. I guess kind of another question here, kind of feelings going into game 3 here, as you try to make it a home series. Yeah,
Just gonna say, yeah. Any-
got nothing. Okay. All right, fair enough. Well, yeah, Bromie has the game three call. Mako got anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see where Bromi's coming from there because not only did Scars have like just some number card color switches, really, Scars was drawing out multiple switches with, separate ammo cards. So I think a lot kind of just ended up going into Scars' favor in that kind of fight to defend. And when it happened, just Scars had the path out and Bromi didn't.
All right, well, we'll go to game three here. Bromie has the call. We'll see what they decide to go with. Still full range available. Going to go with the OG7. We've been it's been an interesting series. We've been keeping it low on the card starts for this one. We see some people who always like keeping it high. This one has been decently low. No double digit card starts for the moment.
Yeah, but also notably not the extremes. This 7 is the lowest we've really gone. We haven't hit that super extreme of just 5 or 6 where you're really trying to say, I hope I'm going to draw better than you, you know.
Bromie looking to go on a little run here, and has a double play with the wild. I mean,
Yeah, immediately jumping out of green there can be a bit
mm,
telling potentially. Scar's going to fire back with a +2 though. So that yellow didn't necessarily work out too well.
kind of negates the +2 there. Um, we'll see what he could go with the rest of his hand. That +2 could scramble things up a little bit. First ditto.
Scar's going to ditto. Yep.
Ooh, and that actually opens the door for Bromie to switch to blue. And Scars does not
That's
have
the
any.
danger. I was gonna say that's the danger of a ditto is sometimes you can be playing right into your opponent's plans there, and they wanted to keep that card for a reason. And say that switch to blue and gonna top deck both of them.
Yeah, both top decking on the blue here. Someone looking for the switch, although we have it on the 0, so it's going to be a tough one to switch out of, and neither will have it.
Yep. And well, whether these players like it or not, they're gonna be playing a little bit more than 7 cards total each.
All right, Draw City keeps on going. Both up to 5.
Finds a one,
Both have
finds a
well,
4 yet again.
again. Both
The
get
double
the
top deck.
both got the top deck on the same turn here. Scars with no switch out, and neither does Bromie. So again, we are going back to Draw City.
I almost wonder if the two that Scars played, one of them would have had a switch out with, but didn't opt to take it because they drew a top deck blue as well.
Could be a possibility. We'll see. But
We are over the initial start with 8 cards apiece.
yep, still stuck on this blue here. Another top deck from Bromie. Both looking for the switch. This was the card that got us into Draw City to start with. And a double play there from Scars. Going back into
We're
the
gonna go
force,
right
so
back to
trying
that
to
four.
keep the draws going here. Yeah, blue is
The 9.
starting to pop up a little bit more in terms of these draws here, and that will be the one that will break it away. We go into the red here with Scars' very own card. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. We
Oh,
don't
that's
stay
the
on
one
red for
though.
long.
Yeah,
Gonna be
Bromie down to
green.
5 cards while Scars is still up at 8. So bit of a difference there, and Scars is gonna need to make up some ground here.
I think for Bromie, if they can hold on to this, this will be a good win to have. Because then you're really kind of that's 3 games played and 3 games won by the home side. So, that would lead to some optimism for game 4, and then kind of go into game 5, try to flip that a little bit. But um,
Yeah, I was
we
gonna
are
say
going with
nothing
yellow.
nothing more powerful in long series sets in games like this where other than a momentum switch, it can really work wonders for you in just the mental side of things. And not to mention going down 3-0 in a best or in a first to four set while your opponent still has their power play is very dangerous territory, and you do not want to face that if you can help it.
Ooh. Gets the wild off the top deck here. We go in the red. Red skip. Red 8, double play there. Both looking to keep it rolling here. Bromii does not have any more red here, so Scar's gonna keep it going on red. Bromii gonna have to draw. But we'll find a
As a
quick
blue
switch.
7.
Goes in the blue. So not gonna be drawing for long.
I was gonna say, but a little bit scary territory here when we've already drawn so much on blue. I don't expect these players to have many cards to follow this blue 7.
Well, Scar's taking a second to get something going here.
Potentially could have a path out of blue or a run in blue, or could just be figuring out what to play. Has a draw 4.
So as the +4 there, gonna go into yellow. Maybe was considering whether you wanted to use it right then and there or not, and is gonna elect to do so. And Bromii with no yellow.
Wow.
But Scars,
Neither does
wow.
Scars, though. A bit of
So
a gamble, but it could pay off here if both of these players get stuck in Draw City. Bromii is top decking twice in a row, though, and we are pretty much even.
oh wait, Bromii actually
Finds a
drew when they
skip
had
to get
yellow.
out. Yeah, drew all 3 top decks and also found a skip to get out into red into a wild. And yeah, Bromii just completely took control of that game there. Going to switch out though.
Plays the
Does not
wild
play
and
the blue for the wild. Hello.
plays the wild and and does not play a blue but rather a green.
If Bromii runs this out and does not have a blue number card, I will go insane. Actually, masterful play if this is just to get the blue 8 and take the green 8. Clearly planned, right?
I don't know about the blue A, but that would be a pretty crazy that would be a pretty crazy play on that one. Oh my god, +6 on the green there. And now we switch back in the blue.
About as close of a fatal or switch to fatal as you can have there with that +6.
Well, Scar's drawing now. +2 on the blue
Oh.
there. They
Oh.
get +6.
Can we get a
Now we're-
+12? We cannot.
No. So yeah, Bromii returns the +6 to Scars here, and now we go red.
Right back down.
Wow, Bromii with no additional reds left here, and gonna have to draw. Scar's looking to bring the gap closer, but Bromii gets to switch into green. Been finding a lot of these been finding a lot of draws into switches here.
I was gonna say, yeah, this match is really just saying no plan A finish for you. I feel like we're starting to make it pretty far down the alphabet at this rate.
Gets another switch into yellow,
Uno.
and is at Uno. And a crossover into red.
Just red. And does not have it.
Scar's able to block again and keeps it going on red here. Looking to take the game.
Scars takes the lead. Is there a path?
He got it with
That's
the
gonna be a
+4.
wild drop 4.
Wow.
Oh my god. 3-0 for Scars. Still a power play in hand. And I mean, this is really the spot you want to be in if you're Scars here. Not much better.
Wow, and I mean that was a really back and forth game on that one. I mean, I think on both sides a lot of crazy moves there, and I mean Bromii got very close there with the yellow, but Scars switches it the red and blocks that one out. Bromii I gotta ask, was the finish there on yellow there, or were you on like blue or green, something like that? Just kind of curious on that. Red +2, and then yellow 5, yellow 8. I don't.
I'm guessing
Oh
since we
yeah.
didn't play that red +2, we probably drew that in the last one, and the 5 or the 8 was our last card there.
Mm-hmm. Tough one for Bromie there, but Scar's able to hang on. Another good block there. Scar's has had a lot of good blocks so far in this series, and it's going to be that one that will get him the 3-0 lead, along with the always fortunate +4. Can't go wrong with having a +4 in the hand. Has been able to do solid with that, but I mean, even then, that's kind of been more to just kind of secure the game as opposed to been the dominant factor in this one. But Scar's 3-0 lead here, got the win. Definitely had points played behind a little bit. But just kind of your thoughts here going into game 4. 3-0 lead, you're in a good spot, and okay, time for the fade reverse sweep. Scar's not feeling too optimistic about it. Does not want to get reverse swept here. We did
Gar's
see
a strong believer in the curse of Ra.
Doomerism is here to stay. Fair enough. We did see a reverse sweep in the first match of the tournament here, so this would be the second if it happens. Bromie looking to bring it back. I don't think, I mean, for Bromie, it's going to be tough. 3-0 down, but I don't think Bromie's been playing bad per se. I just think Scars has just had really good defense, and kind of when after that happens, Bromie just doesn't really have the cards to kind of have a response back there. So, I think this has just been a really good game from Scars there. Bromie, has been playing solid, but just has not really had the one or two things they need fall their way so far.
Yeah, I mean, and I think also there's something to say of, at least I personally believe that there's like really a lot of importance in making sure while you're playing your hand that you set it up what's left as best as you can to really be unblockable as much as possible. And I'm not sure how much Bromie or Scars has been doing that, but it really feels like Scars is having a really good sense of hand management and is just finding the path out a lot of the time over Bromie, potentially because of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see how this goes here. Bromie has the game 4 call here, looking to try to start the reverse sweep here. Going to be a long road to get there, but we've seen it done before plenty of times in this league. And we'll get it going. I'm not sure why the score did not update there. I thought it was 3-0 there. Um, Maybe I had my hand stuck on the -1. Who knows?
Now we're gonna get our first double-digit card start here with a whopping 10.
Oh, I just realized what I did. I clicked reset on the game score by accident for some reason. Whatever. But yeah, 10 card start here. Bromie looking to get on the board. We do start with blue. All right,
Going
early
to
wild.
immediately use a wild here.
All right. Scar is gonna get the red switch with Jackson, who just broke a winless streak yesterday with a win, and gonna keep it rolling with the Reds on the 4 and 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Notably, I feel like it's a little interesting that Wild came off so early. It could be, play style of just using, you have the power cards, why not use them while you have them as early as possible?
Ooh.
Or, and actually gonna fire off a Wild Draw 4 here.
No space between
Well,
the W and the +4.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, but yeah, I
Big
was gonna
run.
say, firing off ammo like this, I was about to say, if you're firing off a Wild early like that, that could mean that you have a lot of ammo coming down the line that you're not worried about just a Wild here.
Oh man,
And
this might be a
I
finish.
might have nailed it on the head. You've got 2 cards left.
Ooh,
Down to
gets
Uno. But Scars has 11 cards to potentially fire back with.
yeah, Bromie with a big run there gets the Uno, but we'll see what Scars decides to do here.
He's hating to break it. What are we breaking here?
Could be a +4 in response back, or even a +2. Could be something of the sort. Yeah, +2.
Oh,
Gonna be a
it's gonna be
+6.
+6.
A lot of ammo flying out of Bromii's hand here. Got the reverse. And keeps it going on red.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bromie really just trying to
Hmm.
pull all the stops here to just make sure to push down as much as possible and try and get that win.
Yeah. It doesn't end
Switched
up
up
being a
blue.
bit too aggressive though. We'll see.
Scar's actually gonna go for a second switch on that. And Bromie's gonna take it and keep running down on green.
Ditto play there. Crossover on the blue.
Okay. Yep. Does Bromie have more blue cards to run off of though? Switched out to blue for the second time here in only like 3 or 4 cards.
Blue 7.
This one, Bromie typing.
2. Bromi
Only
gets the
one. How's
Uno.
it going?
Scars can't power play here. So
Could have a 2 card chain out.
gets the
Has
the
a
wild
wild,
Uno.
but it's a
But gets
fatal
the win.
switch.
Wow. And Bromi stays alive in this one, gets the switch they needed on that. And is gonna get on the board here. Staying alive by the thinnest of margins. And yeah, I mean that's kind of
Yeah,
the thing with the power. I mean the power play on that one, can't use it at Uno. Bromi able to get there just in time to have that safeguard, and then gets fortunate that the last card Scars had was the same color with the yellow. Um, but yeah,
yeah, and other card being a yellow 8 could have switched onto yellow and still would have been a fatal switch. Oh, that is brutal.
yeah. Only play that would have been able to help Scars on that one actually would have been the draw there, but that's kind of a tough one to call, especially when you kind of have the lineup right then and there. Um, but yeah, Bromi on the board. Do you believe this could be the start of the comeback here, as you one avoid the sweep and then two get on the board here?
Scars
No, there's a
believing
major skill
so.
to okay. Bromi is does not have faith.
Well, all right. Well, you know what? We're keeping it honest, and I think there's value in that.
All right, Scars thinks the
But
comeback is gonna happen, but he does have the game 5 call. Okay, so now we're going a little bit higher now.
we have finally broken our chain of adjacent card starts. Though we can always come back to 11 later. Starts with a ditto.
Ditto on the green 5 here, looking to keep it going on the green. But, okay, actually, that's the second game in a row we've seen a yellow wild very early on.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a bit telling with from Bromie last game, with only 10 cards. I do fires off more ammo actually from Scars. Could it be another one of those hands where you just have so much ammo you're willing to throw out a wild early?
Alright,
We
well,
won't know until we see it.
we're going red here. It's been besides the double play there in the wild, it's been mostly numbers at this point. Scars does have the lead, so that does put a little pressure on Bromie here. And Scar's gonna
Oh,
power play, and I
oh
do
boy.
think that will do it.
And yeah, I was gonna say a seasoned player like Scars here, I highly doubt this will not be a finish.
Gotta make sure he does it right also. We've seen a million times games lost on incorrect command usage. But
Absolutely, and that's
Bromie
1, 2, 3.
can't power in the middle of that chain. But
Yeah,
yeah, that would qualify as back to back. Yeah, so Can't do that.
And those three
that'll do it.
cards are going to do it. And Scars wins in 5. Another hit to the 15 line this season. G-Man, I don't think the dream is happening this time.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of upsets that are happening right now. The only one that we saw was the 10/7 with Dan beating Jordy. That is the seventh straight match that we have seen where the higher seed ended up winning. Um and I mean that's also interesting because three of those last seven have been 8v9 matchups with the 8th seed winning. So we saw a very chaotic tournament in February here. Mahjong March might be a little bit more towards the favor of the higher seeds here, as Scar's going to get the win 4-1, gets his first win outside of the February flurry here, and in his eyes for now will break the potential voodoo that was lingering from him last season. But we'll get the job done here. Scar's thoughts on the series here? I think you played a really strong defensive game here, and you move on to the round 32 to face the winner of Puzzle Dan and Sports Boy. Just kind of thoughts overall on how you did and how you're feeling going into the next one. Let me add on to the possibly added date stat of 29-19 against the 15 seed. It might be slightly out of date. I think that's what it was going into the tournament. I would need to check if it was updated for the current results. It might be now 30-19. Well, not actually 31-19. I mean, let me take a look. Yeah, it hasn't been updated, so it'd be 31. It would be 31-19 now. Very excited. Had a lot of confidence, especially considering both players that will be playing next match. All right. Well, fair enough. Bromii, obviously not the result you were hoping for, but got the play-in win. And I still think a decent showing here. Just kind of thoughts on going into the next tournament here. Especially with the backing of the play-in win. So with that, you'll likely not have a play-in for the next tournament here. So you'll be secured into the round of 64 there. But thoughts on the match overall here tonight? Felt like any game of Uno, to be honest. Not sure how to commentate on it. No, that's fair enough. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, we actually have a play-in coming up soon. Aiko, any thoughts here? This match actually ended in a pretty timely manner, and we'll have our 16v16 match coming up next here in just a little bit here. But your thoughts on the outcome of this one between Scars and Bromii?
Yeah, I mean, I think it pretty much made itself very clear with this match. Scars not here to mess around. Definitely had like a little bit of card luck going his way. Notably those +2s. Pretty big swing going 11-5. But even still, I think just had some solid play, had some fantastic defense when Bromii got low and just took advantage of it and really pulled out the win here. I would say well played.
Yeah, well played indeed by Scars here. He's looking to be potentially one of the contenders for the season here. Looking to fully capitalize off the good start he was able to have here and bring it forward. When in the round of 32 will surpass his win total from the 2025 season, so he'll be looking to get the job done against whoever he ends up facing here. But that will do it here. I'm gonna quickly update the bracket in just a second. I just need a little bit extra time to actually get this working. Okay, here we go. And yeah, but we do actually have we actually have a double header coming up here. It'll be non-stream double header of two play-ins, 16v16 for the Southwind Regional, coming up in just a minute. And then our other match is gonna take us over to the East with the 14v14 Sam v Alessandro. So two rookies going at it in the other one, and then it's rookie v someone coming back from last tournament in this next one in the South Play-in. We'll quickly show you the updated bracket and then head on out here. Can you please get it going? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, notably, Bromii actually the only player so far, or the only debutant so far, to survive a play-in against a returnee. So that other match of Class EV Blue will definitely be one to watch to see if we can get a second one out. But otherwise, yeah, it has been a rough start for the debutants this time.
Yeah, lower card strength metric, wilds. I mean, wilds and plus fours are kind of split. A few more skips, reverses there. I think the plus twos kind of led that on that one. I could probably double check that in a bit, but
But
uh,
yeah, that's only +3 on regular chainables for Bromii, whereas and +1 regular wild, while Scars was +1 wild draw 4 and +6 draw 2s. Yeah, could be something different there.
Uno is fun, I think. All right, well, yeah, that's fair enough. All right, well, that'll do it. We got the plan coming in next. But thanks all so much for watching this stream here. We have my co-commentator Aiko, and then I'll ref Nick and both our players and everyone else who came out to watch. Thank you all so much for watching this stream. Congrats to Scars on the win here. We will be back tomorrow with another stream match. That one will be I believe Dino and Jesse going at it. That's going to be a battle of the 15 line from last tournament here. That'll be at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. Don't want to miss that one. But thanks y'all for watching the stream, and have a good one.